Today, I'm going to be showing you the ultimate tricks and tips using concealer. So all the different things that you can do with your concealer, light or dark, to help create the most flawless base. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. Okay, let's get started with the ultimate concealer tricks for a flawless base. Now, I do have a little bit of foundation on my skin. I've used the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation in 340 Oak. I've buffed a very small amount into my skin. I do have my brows done and a little bit of concealer and powder on my eyelids, but that's it. I don't have any concealer on my under eye area. Really, there's not much going on with my face at the moment, but I'm going to show you how we're going to lift, we're going to brighten, and how many different things that we can do with concealer. So if you want more of that brightening effect and you want that lifted effect, which is what I'm going to be showing you today, you do want to go for a concealer which is just a little bit lighter than your skin tone. If you want a concealer just to do what it's kind of meant to do, you know, like cover dark circles and just give you the coverage you need, then I'd go for a concealer which is exactly your skin tone or as close as you can possibly get it. But as I said, what I'm going to be showing you today is how to brighten, how to lift, all the different things that you can do with a slightly lighter concealer that help to kind of give the illusion of a more lifted face and help to kind of like enhance certain areas. Now, I'm going to be using a different kind of technique today. Usually I underpaint, or sometimes you'll see me applying concealer on top of my foundation, which is usually just to appeal to those of you who like to apply your concealer last. I personally prefer to underpaint, but the other technique that I do use quite often is sandwiching my concealer in the middle of my foundation. So I go with a very, very thin layer of foundation, which I already have on my skin, and then I go in with my concealer to lift, brighten, and do all those little tricks with it. And then I sandwich it with my foundation, which is what I'm going to also be showing you today. So I've got my concealer. I'm going to work on one side first so you can really see the difference side to side. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is apply it to my under eye area right here. Now, this here helps to kind of like do two things. One is kind of cover up that under eye area, which we're going to do with a beauty blender. The other is because I've applied it so close to the side of the nose, it's actually going to help to kind of pinch the nose a little bit, just to kind of like help to slim it down a very small amount. Obviously, if you do use a cream contour or a very dark concealer as your contour, then that's going to help to boost the effect of the concealer that you've applied if you apply it in this way. So you're really going to get that kind of upgraded effect because it's really going to help to define areas and just almost give some more depth to the face. Now, we've applied it here. The next area I'm going to apply it is right here. So I go kind of below the eye area, not too close to the under eye area, because the closer you go to your lower lash line, the more of a mask effect it's going to give. You want to leave a little bit of a gap there because you want to see some of your natural skin tone coming through. So right here, I'm going to just take this up here. Now, you can go a lot less with the amount that you're applying. I am applying this amount because I personally feel like I can get away with it, but also because I want you guys to be able to see through the camera too. So you don't have to apply the same amount. This is really about you taking away the application, where you've applied it, how you blend it, how you can also lift your face in different areas. Now, this area here, because we've gone up that way, it's really helping to kind of like lift that eye area. It's going to give you more of a lifting effect. Here you can see we don't have any kind of lift here. It's just normal. Here we're going to have a little bit more of a lift once we start buffing that in. I have a damp beauty blender. Now, I've wet it, squeezed it out, wrapped a tissue around it, squeezed it again to soak up all the excess water. So you really want to make sure there's no kind of excess water in there, which is going to distort your concealer or just kind of ruin the application. So it is kind of semi-dry, but it's also a little bit damp. Now I'm going to start buffing this in. I really want to focus on not taking it up into the eye, but more so covering that under eye area. But what I don't want to do is kind of drag it everywhere else on the face, because I really want to keep it where it is. And you're going to see that by applying it in this way, you're going to cover up the dark circle, but you're also going to get that really nice lift. As I'm buffing it here, I am taking it upwards in the same direction that I applied it. And you're really going to see that it's a lot brighter, covered up the dark circle, and we get more of a lifting finish. That's pretty insane, right? Obviously it's quite white, but I'm going to show you how we can tone it all down afterwards. But this is really covered up that dark circle, and it's also kind of given me a little bit of a lift up here. Like here, it's a little bit dark around here, and here you can see it's just really kind of taking it up into the kind of temple area. Another area I'm going to apply it is right here, because I tend to get a little bit of darkness here, and I feel like that's quite common with a lot of people, especially if you have a kind of like olive or slightly warmer skin tone. You do get a little bit of darkness around here. So what I'm going to do is apply it here to help kind of lift this whole area here. So right here, And again, you don't have to apply as much. I am kind of going a little bit extra with this application just so that you guys can see it. I probably wouldn't apply that much, but I really want you guys to see it through the camera. Now, I do like to wait just a little bit before I start blending, because if I blend immediately, I feel like it kind of, you know, half of it kind of disappears because the sponge soaks it up. But if you let it set a little bit, just a little bit, not too much, because there's that fine line. If you wait a little bit too long, then you kind of get left with almost like a little patch of concealer, which you can kind of see the outline of the application. So you really want to make sure you wait just that right amount so that it's set a tiny bit. I'd probably say around 15 seconds or so at the most, and then start blending it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to keep it in the same place, and really I just want to kind of buff the edges so that it doesn't look so harsh there, but I really do want to see that lift. See how quickly that's kind of blended in, but at the same time we can still see that that's given that really nice lift there. Now, just a little tip here for you. If you don't want that extra coverage and you really want to use a concealer for more of the brightening and lifting effect, I'd go for a more lighter coverage concealer. So I'm using a kind of medium to full coverage concealer here, which is Tarte Shape Tape. But if you want, you can use something like the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, because it's not going to be as heavy, it's not going to be as cakey for you, but you still will get that nice brightening and that lifting effect from it. Again, it's all down to the shade that you choose. You do want to make sure that it is just a little bit lighter than your skin tone. Last place that I'm going to apply some is just along this area here. I'm only going to put a very little bit there, and you don't really need to be specific about the shape and anything there. Now I'm going to get my sponge. I'm only applying it to one side, remember, so we'll go ahead and do the other side in a little while. So let's have a look at this side by side. We can see that I've got more of a brightening effect here, and it's more lifted. Here, obviously, it's closer to my skin tone because we only have a very thin veil of foundation on this side. And here we've got the foundation first, and then we've got the concealer, which has really helped to lift it and brighten. Now, although this may seem obviously a bit too bright for day to day, we are going to tone it down, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. And this is really about using another concealer to help kind of almost warm up the area, but also give some depth to the area and just start to build in some shape to the face. So this is where I'm not so concerned about the coverage. I do want it to be a lighter coverage, but it is going to be a concealer which is significantly darker than my skin tone. I'm going to be using the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Cocoa. So let's go ahead, and this is where you're going to really see that lighter shade concealer come to life, because I would say that you can use the lighter shade concealer on its own, but honestly, to really boost it and give it the full effect, using a dark concealer or a cream contour shade, I personally prefer a concealer. I just think it blends in perfectly with the lighter concealer because they're kind of made to mix in together. It really does help to add more shape to the face, bring out the definition, and also help you to sculpt in the way that you want to sculpt. So not just necessarily bring out your natural cheekbones, but maybe enhance them a little bit more, or maybe just create more of a cheekbone effect where maybe you wouldn't usually see that without any of the products that we've applied so far. So first off, what we're going to do is we are going to just give a little bit of a lift, which is around this area here. And I'm going to show you what that's going to do. We're going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood complexion brush. I keep two of these around because one is to use for my lighter shade concealer, the other is to use for my darker shade concealer. And I really do like this because I feel like it's got the smaller brush on one side, great for the nose area, and then the larger area for the larger surface areas of the face. So I'm going to use the smaller side, and I'm really going to just kind of keep this in the same place, but just almost buff out the edges. There. Okay, so you can see that's going to help to lift it, but really what I want you to understand is all of these areas that I'm applying are going to work hand in hand with each other in order to lift the whole face. This on its own isn't just going to do much, but when it's paired up with the other areas that I apply it to, it really does start to enhance it. So first off, we're going to go near the top of the ear along the perimeter of the face, and we're going to bring it in to finish in between the nostrils and the lip, but not too far in. So we're going to stop around here, so almost like this area here, like down that section from the end of the eye. So we're going to go here, and what that's doing here is it's just kind of like sitting just above the indent of the cheekbone, or where that would be, and that's where we're going to blend that shortly. I'm also going to very quickly apply this right underneath the jawline, and that's going to help to define the jawline and just sharpen it up. But what you really want to make sure you do is apply it to the area beneath the jawline, not over the jawline. So we're going to go right here And you can see it's quite a sharp line there, but it's really gonna help after. We're gonna use the larger side of the brush and we're gonna buff. Now I'm just pressing. Don't start moving it around and dragging it, because I feel like that's where a lot of people go wrong. You really wanna keep it in the same position, but you just wanna buff out the edges. See how easy that was? That was so quick. I feel like when people start going back and forth, that's when things kind of go a bit wrong, because you're kind of like taking it too far along, or your movements are too big, or your pressure is too much. You really want to just press, just kind of like go like that over the skin, and it will very easily buff in. Now this area here, we want to drag down. So this is different because we do want it to kind of like blend into the neckline. By buffing it, it's just going to create a kind of line like that. What we want to do is kind of like drag it down so that it's almost a gradient effect. There you go. So it creates more of a shadow there. See that? It's such a difference. I mean, now you can see that whole lifting effect. Now, one thing you may notice is every line that we drew with that dark concealer is going in the same direction. Everything's going up this way. And that really helps to complement one another. So it really helps to push that area up. You can see we've got a really nice lifted effect here. And you can see here, it's just a bit kind of, you know, so here was nice and lifted, and here, well, it's just how it was before. That's just my natural face. Okay, so I'm going to do the other side now so we can really see how it comes together, but there is another area that I'm going to do after that, which needs to be done once both sides are done. So let's get started. So we're going to apply some here and then up here. Okay, this is the last area we're going to be sculpting with concealer, and this is the nose area. So I just want you to understand that this center section here of the nose that goes down here is actually the bridge of the nose. What you want to focus on is on the sides of the bridge of the nose. You don't really want to apply a dark concealer or a dark contour on top of the bridge of the nose, because all that's going to do is kind of flatten it, widen it, and distort the shape of the nose. What we want to do is kind of just reshape the nose a little bit, and this all depends on your nose shape. So the technique that I'm going to show you works well on my nose style, but it may not necessarily work well on your nose style. So if you have a similar nose to me, or you're happy with your nose and you just want to define it a little bit, then this would be the kind of way that I would suggest. But otherwise, you may not even need to do this. And if you have a specific shaped nose, then you'd need to really do a specific style of sculpting on the nose. Now I'm going to go down the sides of the bridge of the nose, and this is really going to help to kind of like define the area. So really just define the nose, kind of like width of the bridge of the nose. Now I'm going to get the smaller side of the brush, and I'm really going to just kind of drag this down. And this is where you want to make sure you go towards the sides of the bridge of the nose. You don't want to take it in the middle, because you want to leave that section kind of like free to be able to apply the lighter shade concealer, which I'm going to show you shortly. See, we've got that little gap down the middle. We're going to fill that in a little while, but not too much. Now I'm going to take this dark concealer again. Now my issue with my nose, again, everyone has their own issue with their nose. My issue is I feel like the tip is a little bit bulbous, but I like to kind of like give it more of that button effect. I personally like it. You don't have to like it. It's all about what you personally prefer. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a little kind of like V here. And this helps to just make the tip a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of buff this in, keep the shape the same. Now I'm going to just add a little dot. Now I can use my finger for this and just, there you go, that's more than enough. Can you see how that's just kind of like given it that lightness there and just made it a bit more kind of defined? So I'm happy with that. Next up, I'm going to be using a concealer to just help make my lips look a little bit more big. Now this is, again, I don't do this on a daily basis or anything, but it is something that you could do if you want to make your lips look a little bit bigger. So what you can do is apply darker like concealer just underneath your lip line here and just above your lip line here. And what that's going to do is create a little shadow. But you do want to make sure you don't apply too much, because it can end up looking a bit wrong. So let's go ahead and press this in. Don't spread it out too much, because it can end up looking like a moustache. You just want to kind of take it into the lip line. That's it, and that will actually help to make your lips look bigger that way. Now this is where we're going to sandwich it in with our foundation, and this is really going to help to keep it in place all day too. By the way, this is a great technique that helps to keep your makeup on all day, but also it does soften everything up. So this foundation is kind of like I'd say medium coverage. You could even get a light coverage with this. You don't want to go for a full coverage foundation because all it's going to do is cover everything up, but this isn't going to cover everything up because it's a light enough coverage. So we're going to go ahead and apply a little bit on the back of the hand. I'm going to take my sponge. I'm going to apply some to the sponge. You've got to make sure you buff it into the sponge before you go into the face. If you go in with a whole load of foundation, yeah, all you're going to do is just cover all this up. You really want to be creating a light veil of color on top of all of this so that this comes through and it gives more of a soft focus effect. So we're going to start with the forehead, and you can see as I'm applying, you can't actually see a whole load of foundation coming off, and what you will see is everything underneath being softened. Let's go over the nose first so that I can really show you how this still comes through. That's literally it. See how we can still see that sculpting coming through? Let's go on the under eye area. Do you see how you can still see everything coming through? Now, obviously this isn't the last step. We're gonna further make it look a little bit more kind of like toned down and just closer to my skin tone. Now what we wanna do is set everything so it all stays in place all day. And we want a powder that is strong enough to do that, but also isn't gonna look overly cakey on the face and doesn't kind of look too powdery. So I'm gonna be using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake, but it is actually the new fragrance-free one that I love. I'm so glad that Huda has come out with the powder without fragrance. Although I loved the fragrance, I didn't want it in the powder, so I'm one of those who preferred it without the fragrance. However, can I just say she did the most iconic thing ever? She took the fragrance out of the powder and put it into a bottle. That is genius, because that fragrance was actually good. And I feel like a lot of the time we have these fragrances in makeup and we don't like it. We don't want the fragrance in there. Well, most of us don't. But some of it actually smells really good, like good enough to be able to spray on you. So I think this is such a good idea that she's done it. And it genuinely does smell like the powder. It's pretty insane. I just wanna, it's so good. You don't realize how good the fragrance is until you spray it on yourself. I just think that's so cool that she's done that. First thing we're gonna do is get rid of any creases anywhere because we don't wanna set those creases. So what I'm gonna do is set my under eyes first. So the first place I'm gonna make sure there are no creases is this area here. You wanna do it bit by bit because ultimately, if I was to take the creases out everywhere and then start with the eyes, by the time I get to the other areas, it's probably gonna have creased again. So you wanna make sure you do it bit by bit. Just be patient. So we're gonna take these creases out with the sponge. I've just let the sponge soak up those, like the extra bit that has built up in the crease. I'm going to take my powder puff and I'm going to press it into this powder, and I'm going to just press it here. And we're going to go in the same direction that we applied the concealer. I don't really like my powder to sit there for too long. I do like to kind of dust it off pretty quick. So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the creases in the other areas, which is only here for me. Then I'm going to set. And let's just apply this wherever we need it. This is where we're gonna brush it off immediately. I've got my Hourglass veil brush. There's nothing on this brush. I'm just dusting off the powder. Then I've got my Real Techniques brush, which is a much smaller brush. Again, nothing on here. And we're gonna dust off the under eye. And my pressure is very light, so we're not pressing hard. We're just taking off the top layer. You can see that my skin tone has toned down a lot more. It doesn't look so white, it doesn't look so bright, but we've still got that really nice lifted effect on there. I'm just gonna apply the rest of my makeup and I'll be back in a sec. And I'm back. So now you can see with a full face of makeup on what my base looks like. So all of that lifting has really helped to kind of like give definition to the face, add more depth and just lift. So now you can see my skin doesn't look so bright and overly kind of like white, because initially it did look like that. But after sandwiching the concealer in and also applying things like blush, bronzer, eye makeup, lipstick, once you've got everything on, it generally tends to bring everything together. So you don't always have to worry so much when you first see your base when you haven't got anything else on. So a good example is when you get dressed. When you put an outfit on, it may not look so finished, but when you do your hair, when you've applied your jewelry and you've put your makeup on, it brings everything together and it just looks better and more polished. It's the same way you need to look at your base. When you've done your base, it's gonna look unfinished, but when you've applied your eyes, your brows, your mascara, your lips, your blush, your bronzer, everything comes together and it all looks a little bit more settled and polished. So hopefully this has really helped you in understanding how many things you can do with your concealer to really help kind of lift your face and shape it and add more depth. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments box below. Don't forget that all the products are listed in my description below too. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care and I'll see you soon.